Hello YouTube, Dallas Gamer here with another video, and this time with the footage that you see right here is basically my first ever match in rank mode in Calibur 6, and I gotta admit my fear was, you know, correct. Like, the gaming community is very brutal in fighting games genre, and despite that I lost, you'll see. By the way, the queue time was unusually very long, so I might as well record the gameplay footage, but at the same time do a voiceover because yeah, I was waiting for a while just for a queue time. But rank mode, yeah, I lost, and it was my first step in the fighting game genre. But I still love it, and I still love playing as Ivy from Soul Calibur, and despite that, I got a lot better, especially playing against bots in arcade mode. Getting out of my comfort zone and finding real players in real life, that's the first step of getting way better in fighting games. And I'm really hoping Soul Calibur 7 does come out, especially with the success of Tekken 8 and a bunch of other fighting games that I've been seeing that are getting more and more successful, such as Mortal Kombat series, Street Fighters, and even Capcom. Matter of fact, for those of you guys who don't know, Capcom, actually no, not Capcom, Marvel, they, I've seen a new trailer footage of Marvel fighting game, and it's made by a Japanese studio, and it gained a lot of attention to the point where it was trending on YouTube for a while, and that caught me off guard, and I was genuinely surprised about that. And it reminded me of Marvel vs. Capcom series, but it was just purely Marvel. Yeah, so it's a pure Marvel fighting game. But anyway, back to the subject of the video. Since it's my first time playing Rank Mode in Soul Calibur 6, and despite that I lost, I'm honestly happy that I got out of my comfort zone and tried to improve myself in the fighting game genre. And if you guys remember what I said in my last Soul Calibur video, talking about my fear of playing online Soul Calibur, it's because I am fully aware that the fighting community, especially online, is very perfectionist, and if you don't do your engagement correctly, you will lose. You will lose, and that's why you see fighting game tournaments where two guys are beefing up each other. They get a little upset when they lose, and the reason why they get upset is because they didn't engage against their opponents very correctly, and there's a lot of input, like actual button inputs, like combos and etc, how to engage your opponent and try to combo your attacks perfectly in order to do the full damage and win. Because fighting games, guys, it's not, well, I don't know how to say this, it's both simple and yet complicated. When you see a fighting game, almost every fighting game, universally speaking, they all have the same similar gameplay mechanics. You see a health bar and you see a your character ready to fight, and when you click the button they do a move set, which is attack, kicking, swipe, uppercut, etc. And when you do a quick combo, when you do a quick button smash of each, you do essentially a combo. And depending how you engage your enemy, you either do maximum full damage to the point where their health bar depletes completely, or you don't do it correctly and your enemy opponent gets an opening for them to attack you, and they do a full combo against you. And since the fighting game community is very PvP oriented, they tend to be a little perfectionist of how they engage, how do they do their combos correctly, how they, what moves that they should do in the heat of the moment. And me personally, I have a hard time getting into fighting games, but the reason why I chose Soul Calibur 6 is because Soul Calibur 6, the way it feels very beginner friendly, but that's just me. Let me know if there's other beginner-friendly fighting games out there. And Soul Calibur 6, it feels very fluid, it feels very natural, and I kind of like it. And now I could understand why other people like Soul Calibur. And Soul Calibur, for a brief moment, it was popular back in the days, especially on par with Tekken. But it was still underrated, and sadly Tekken and other fighting genres, they became way more popular than Soul Calibur. And Smash Brothers, despite its own genre, Smash Brothers is still a fighting game, and you could tell that when they do a Smash Brothers tournament, it still does that perfectionist, mindset, how players engage in one another. And yeah, all I'm just trying to say here, guys, is that I'm just happy that I finally got out of my comfort zone and went into rank mode in Soul Calibur 6. Hopefully I get a lot better and I still make a lot of YouTube videos. What I really wish to see in the near future is see essentially Soul Calibur 7 in development, and hopefully the game developers that are making Soul Calibur 7, they listen to their community and do it right. Because recently when I saw Tekken 8 controversy, especially season 2, what it seems to me, and judging by everything that I've been reading and watching videos about it, is that the game developers, they did not listen to the gaming community, and they kind of pissed them off because they did the exact opposite of what the gaming community were asking for. And because of that, the Tekken 8 season 2 became very unpopular, and people were reviewing bombing on the game. And me personally, I really do not want to see that when it comes to Soul Calibur 7. Soul Calibur 7, I feel like they could really pull it off. I feel like Soul Calibur could be, one of the popular fighting games out there if they do it right. And I really want to see massive amount of improvement to Soul Calibur. Especially with my queen Ivy. I really want to see Ivy to be a very fun defensive long range character that's all about crowd control and making your enemy feel weak and very submissive. That's why I keep saying submit. But anyway, I think I ranted enough, so I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Yeah, I'm just happy that I got into a rank mode now. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Dallas Gamer over and out. And please leave a comment in the comment section below, like and subscribe, all that. See you guys.